Hey guys, welcome back. So, today I want to board a topic that I think it's very relevant for the time being since the Analogue 3D is coming out. And I want to go through basically the topic of original hardware, analog hardware, and software emulation. So, if you go the route of original hardware, you can have, I don't know, a normal console. This is one of the fun editions, I don't know. I do have this extra memory pack. It's usual, just a few games use it, so usually you won't need it, but it's nice to have. Then you will need a controller. I use the Retro Fighters controller, this one right here. This is what I use. It's good. It's a good controller. It works very well. It comes with a weird dongle. I'll show you. This is the dongle that it comes with. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't know, maybe they could have some sort of different solution, but they use this because of the memory cards. So when you plug it in, it plugs like this, and it just looks weird. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So you're gonna need that, or you can always use original controllers. I have mine. I changed it, the joystick, I changed it out, and it works really well. You can find joystick replacements for like 12 bucks. It's not very expensive. Then if you want to take the best image out of this machine, you're gonna need something like this. I'm using these cables. I'll try to find a link of it. I don't remember. I know they were made in Switzerland, I believe. They come from a company called Retroverse. I'm really not sure, but these are S-video cables, and it's basically the best image you can get out of a stock N64. You can get it with S-video and then just the stereo cables. And I use it with the RetroTink 2X Pro that I'm going to show you right now. So this is the RetroTink. This is the Tink 2X Pro, and it does accept S-video, so you will plug the S-video cable right there, and then the two audio cables right there. I mean, right here. These are the other three for component. This takes component, composite, and S-video. Then you plug it to your TV through HDMI. It needs power. It needs its own power supply, and then you have some options like the input selection filters. So you have some sort of smoothing and scan lines. And these are just some options, you know, for the comb filter, and I believe if you want the 2X or just pass through. I always live in 2X and I live on retro because, you know, these are very old consoles, you don't need any special filtering. So original hardware, with everything that I show you, you can find these for like 150. You know, this is in very good condition. They go for more, like this one right now with, you know, not even complete in the box, just in a very, very good quality, you know, condition. This will set you like 300, 250, something like this. So it's already very expensive. But you can get the normal one. I still have my original one right here. This tank, I mean, it looks like it has been through war. I think the dog chew on it sometime, but it still works. It works flawlessly. It fell down. I dropped it once. It broke there. Yeah, it got scuffs and marks all over the place. You know, this has seen some usage, as it should, right? So yeah, something like this, it will cost you maybe like 70. I don't know, with the controller and the power supply and the cables. Always get the power supply. Don't get with the cheap Chinese one. Get the good one, original one. You know, it's better. The cables are composite, so this doesn't have a good image. So that's why I recommend the S-video and the RetroTink, so you can get a much better image. I'll show you some footage at the end. But then the RetroTink, I believe the 2X is not even available anymore, so you can find it. But it cost me 100 bucks. The cable, this cable is actually very expensive. That cable was, I believe, 80, something like this. Again, I'll try to find a link and leave it down below. So you can see this costs a lot. So yeah, I think it's too expensive. Then you have also software emulation. Software emulation that I have here with my Raspberry Pi. This is the 8 gigs, and this thing is great, guys. If you just want, you know, to play some N64, this has a lot of machines inside of it. Not just N64, it has Neo Geo, it has arcades, Genesis, Super Nintendo, etc. It has a lot of systems. This case is really cool. Maybe I'll make a video showing how to assemble it. It's not that hard. It's nice. This comes with SD, not SD, SD card. It does have an SD card as well. You can upload your image through here, but I have it through here, through an just an external drive. And you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it has the connection there. So you just plug the SSD and it's done, and just turn it on and play. This is great. I use this with the controller by 8D2, this one, and yeah, it's a great playing experience, and you can play a lot of games. But we are talking about N64, and emulation, it's far from perfect. It has a lot of flaws. Some games will freeze, some games will skip, you have input lag. If you can get used to it, I can get used to it, but then when I change to original hardware, I do feel it a lot, so I don't like it. I try to avoid, you know, I use it when it's possible. I like it. I'm not saying that it's a bad experience or horrible experience, of course not, but if I can play there, I will play there. And then it takes us to Analogue. So here represented by the Pocket and the Super NT. And the new 3D Analogue 3D has some features that the older models didn't have. Namely, the charger is USB-C. This was micro, I believe, and it comes with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Why that's important? Because the only way you can get information inside this console is through the SD card. This is where you make your updates. Everything is done here. And to control the machine itself, you need an original controller, or, you know, another 8-bit. I have one right there, as you can see. And this one also has the connection like the original, and it works perfectly. It's really good. When I play Super Nintendo, I also have original Super Nintendo. I have, you know, emulation Super Nintendo. I think that the 16-bit and arcades, you know, that era, you feel a lot the input lag. It's crazy. When I play here, or when I play here, it's, you know, I heard that if you guys know Pixel Cherry Ninja, the guy says like, it feels like a kid again, and I understand that perfectly. I feel the exact same. When I play here or here, I feel like a kid again. The game is just, it just works, you know. When I play here, yeah, it's fun, it's nice, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. So with the new console, with the new Analogue 3D, you'll have Wi-Fi and you have Bluetooth. So you won't even need the original ports. Of course, the Analogue 3D will have original ports just like this one. So you'll be able to plug original controllers, or, you know, third-party controllers with dongles. But having Bluetooth, that's going to open the door for, you know, all sorts of controllers. You'll be able to use PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, you know. This controller, I believe it also has Bluetooth. It has 2.5 GHz, so you will be able to use it without a dongle, which is cool. And that's something great. And if you take the value for $250, you know, for the new Analogue 3D, in consideration to everything that you need to do, I'm not even talking about, you know, HDMI mods, because that's even more expensive. It's more of an hassle. I don't know if it's, you know, if you're really an N64 diehard. I consider myself one. I love the N64, but I don't think I would go so far. So the Analogue 3D for me, it makes total sense. You know, the price, the machine itself, what it offers, I think it's amazing. And even if you don't have, you know, like I have tons of games for the Nintendo 64. This is just like, you know, 4 games. I have a lot more. Even if you don't have a huge collection, I think it makes sense, because, you know, you can always get an EverDrive, which is really good. I have one somewhere. I don't know what it is, but I have one somewhere. And you know, this, it will get jailbroken, so you will be able to use that as well. So yeah, I hope I went through all the options. Of course, there is more to say about it. In emulation, you can have you know, the image probably it's better, you know, the image itself, like this can render all the textures itself in true 4K. Like, I think people don't have the right, you know, idea of what Analog 3D will do. It will not, you know, give you a 4K image of all the textures. You know, it's going to be similar to this. This is 1080p, and it does give a 1080p image, upscaled image, but it's not, you know, grabbing the assets and transforming them in 4K. It's just an upscale. So I think some people confuse that. It's not the same. So when you do emulation, a still image in here of an N64 game will look better than the Analog 3D. Okay? Now, playing the Analog 3D, I assume it's going to be much better than playing on software emulation. I do believe it. If not, I would not buy it. But the picture itself, this can grab the assets and transform them, you know, make them 4K, or in this case 1080p. The Analog products don't do that. They just grab the image itself and put it in 4K. I don't know if that's confusing, but that's the best way I can explain it. So guys, your questions, put them down below. I'll show you some footage of some games running on original hardware with the RetroTink. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.